All right, in this video I'm going to show you how you would create a trading journal for yourself in Notion. As you can see, we've got the Team CSC journal, which we've been looking at before, and I want to show you how you would create your own journal. These are called workspaces. Over here on the left hand side you can see where it says workspace. All right, and workspace is for public documents, and my Team CSC journal is public. Now you might want to go down here and create a workspace in private. Just click on add a page here, and it'll add a listing like you see here. Now you can see I've got all kinds of stuff in mine, like things that are in my wallet in case I ever lost my wallet. This is kind of handy. You click over here and it would go to my American Express card, Bank of America, Capital One, my cedula, which is my Panamanian ID, my driver's license, PayPal, PriceSmart, right? And I've got the cards and everything else in there. So if I ever have to go back and find anything, I could find it, right? It makes it kind of nice to say, hey, I lost my wallet. What was everything that's in my wallet and how to get in touch with all these people? All right, bills, calendars, documents, family, links and IDs, resources. You can create all kinds of stuff. I'm just going to close this because that's not what this is about. There's my trading journal. Now you can favorite anything that you want to. So if I wanted to favorite in my wallet, look over here on the left hand side after I favorite this, and you'll see in my wallet pop up over favorites. So if you have something that you use all the time and you want to favorite it, you can, and I'm going to say remove from favorites. All right, let's go back over here to the Team CSC journal, and as you know, that's a page. All right, now on that page is a database or spreadsheet. They call it a table. Let's go back up here to the top to the Team CSC journal, and I'm going to go over here to workspace, and I'm going to click on plus. And we're going to call this your journal. All right, and you'll see that your journal pops up over here on the left hand side. Now they'd ask you down below what you would like. You want it empty? Do you want it empty with an icon? Do you want to use templates? Now you could use all kinds of templates that are already done over here for you. CRM, these are not my templates. These are templates from Notion. And I'm going to click on table. All right, and you can see that a table pops up. Now you get to name these. Now the first field that you see here is the one that opens, which I'll show you. You can see it says open here. We're going to name this market, and that's going to be for like gold or silver or crude oil or whatever. And instead of tags, I'm going to say futures / options. And over here, instead of a file, I'm going to say canceled. And I'm going to change that in a minute to a text box or a checkbox. Column here, date entered. I'm going to change that to a date field. I'm going to click over here. We're going to add one date field in case it was just like a stock order or something. I'm going to slide this over, and we're going to put date exited, and I'm going to put one more field in here, which is kind of important. Profits or losses. I'll just call it profits because we never lose a trade. All right. Now canceled, I'm going to put this over here. Futures or options. I don't need that much space. I want to drag those over. All right. Market. I don't need that much space. I don't need that much space here. We're just trying to get some space where you can see everything. All right. Now then, futures or options. I'm going to click on this. Whoops, here. And we're going to change that. We're going to say that that's a multi-select, which means that you're able to put more than one item in there and select it, either one or both of them. If it was select, it would be like yes or no, as an example, and you could only select yes or you could only select no. Multi-select, we're going to put in here options and futures, and I might want a futures in here as an example. Well, let's just do a trade that I did earlier today, and that was the Euro FX. All right, and that Euro FX was a futures. Now you can see that I could put options in here also if I wanted to, and I would have two things showing. Now, since I didn't use an options, I only used a futures, I want to change that, and I'm going to delete options. Canceled, we're going to change the text, the type on that, and that's going to be a checkbox, right? And if I canceled it, I would just check cancel. I didn't cancel it. Date entered, we're going to change this up here to date, property type, date. When you click on it, the calendar opens, and it's the 10th. Here, date filled, that was to date. We're going to change this up here. Click on it, text, go to date, and let's just click on dates here. Text, date, and over here we're going to say profits, and that's a number. And then you see it's a number, you click on number, and we're going to format that number here. Oops. Format number. Where's my dollar? I think I gotta go over here to do it there. Nope, that's date, sorry. It's a number. And I want dollars in there. Where do I put dollars? I forgot where to put dollars just in. There it is, dollar, all right? And so when you type in here, 500 as an example, it's gonna change it to dollars. Since I didn't make $8,500 on that, I'm gonna take that out, all right? Date filled, 10th. We haven't exited, hasn't been canceled, and we have no profits yet. All right, now then, under here, when you click on open, it's gonna open to a new page, right? And it's gonna have all of this information, all these fields. Now you could drag these fields if you wanted to, anywhere that you wanted to. You could drag them up or down, change the order. If you wanted to change this up here, to say futures or options on the top, you could do that. And then you can also add stuff, delete stuff, or anything that you want to on this page as well. So I'm going to pause this for a second. I'm going to open up my charting software, and I'll be right back. Okay, you can see here that I've got a trade here. That's a 60-minute chart. If you can't see it, you can't because it's off the edge. But it's a 60-minute chart on the Euro FX. Right now, I also put that into Telegram, which is what I send out to everybody in Team CSC. So I'm going to open that here in a second. I'm just going to copy and paste the graphic that I've already done into there. All right, you can see that here's my Telegram, and there's my chart. First, I'm going to select this here, if it will let me. Do a Control-C. Then I'm going to go back and open up here. And I'm just going to come in here and say June the 10th. I bought at market. I placed this trade. limit order. I said I was going to copy and paste. I'm putting a little bit more detail in it. My limit order was just above the 61.8% level. Was just below it. Later in the morning, the trade was up. About $300. And I moved my stop to break even. Plus $25. You could even make more notes in here about where MACD was, where slow stochastics was. You could add an audio file in here you wanted to. You could even record a video. If you've got video recording software, you can get that for free for some pretty basic stuff. Or you can use Snagit, which I'm using here, to record that. That was $50. That's pretty cheap. It's recording this video as you see right here. All right. Then I'm going to go back over here to my trading journal, and I'm going to copy that image. So copy the image, go back to here, and I'm just going to Control V, and it's going to paste that chart right into there. All right. And then you could open that. Double click. There it is. Now we're going to go back over here, click off this, and we're back in your journal. And see how easy that is to put a position into your trading journal. Now you know most everything that you need to know. Now you could have put this down here if you wanted to. You know, later in the morning you could have had, let's just cut that. And you could come down here and you could have said, I could even make a date field out of that if I wanted to. And I could use some of their shortcuts. At today, I moved my stop to break even, plus $25. Well, let's just do this. I'll cut that, so let's just paste it there. Later in the morning, then tomorrow, that's going to have today's date on it. All right? If you put in at tomorrow, it would have tomorrow's date in it after tomorrow passes. All right? So it's just some shortcuts on how you put in stuff into your trading journal. All right? Now then, let's go back over here, and you can create different views. This is the standard view. All right? So let's add a calendar view. And now we have a calendar view. So I'm going to click here, and Untitled, which is this one, I'm going to call it Calendar View. Calendar View. All right. I'm going to call this Default View, Table View. Table View. So I'll go switch back to Table View. I could then go back to Calendar View. Here's the Euro FX trade for today. All right, so you could go back, and you can also add stuff if you wanted to directly into here, and it would show up in the table. All right, so you can add from the calendar, you can add from the table. All right, now then, let's look and create another view called, let's say, winning trades. But you're going to have a ton of winning trades. Right, here's winning trades. Right, we're going to create that view called winning trades. Now, as you can see, it defaults to the only thing that's there. Now let's create a filter here, and we're going to create a filter in here. Let's move these back because you have to do that for each view. So let's just create that or move that. And you can move them back and forth like that too. That was Good to show you. Futures and options, I don't want that there. I want that over here. There we go. See how easy it is? And here we're going to use a filter, and I'm going to create a filter here where it says add filter. And we're going to say profits are equal to, let's just say equal to or greater than 1. Right? Now then, there's nothing there because that has not been entered yet. So let's go back over here to table view, and let's just say that we made $500 on that. Right? Then if we went back into this view here for winning trades, there it is, $500. And you created a filter. All right? Now you could also come down here and do a calculation. Do a sum here, and it's going to give you a sum of that column, just like a spreadsheet would, right? Over here, it's already got a calculation for 1, shows you that you've got 1 trade in it. Let's go back over here to calendar view, right? And click here again, takes you right back in, okay? Table view again. Now, let's say you wanted to keep up with just futures trades. Let's create add a view, and futures only. We're going to call that futures only, right? And we're going to create a filter for this. Add a filter. Futures or options contains, what do you think? Futures. There you go. And there's that 1 trade. Now if we had changed that over here to futures and options, it would still show up because we said contain, not equal to, right? But if we took futures off here and deleted that, remove, yes, it shouldn't show up. Here's futures and options, filter, where's the filter? Contains, I'll select an option. Futures. No results because we don't have anything in there. Futures. All right. But if we came back over here and said on this filter here that we wanted add a filter, futures and options contains options. It won't be any, well, it would because we still have one here. And delete that one just to show you how to do that. Oh, there it is. Now, right, so if we were to create one for futures only, then that's just going to show this one. Now, if we were to, let's go back in here and change this and put options and delete futures. Right? I didn't want to delete it, I wanted to remove it. But anyway, you get the idea here. Futures and options contains futures. All right? Doesn't contain an option because we didn't have an option on this. We got a straight futures contract. So we're going to click the X. Don't click the delete because then it won't be a selected item for you. Right? There. So that's how you create a little filter. All right? So now we got futures only views. We could have options views. We could have losing trades. We could have, you could have a trade for grains if you wanted to. But then you'd have to put in, well, let's just do that. Let's put over here, group. And we're going to go to multi-select here, right? And we're going to take this, and we're going to say group. All right, so let's just create some groups in here. Let's create grains, energies, currencies, indices, metals, meats, etc. Right? And then you would go back in here and say, okay, it's not in all those groups. Euro FX is in currency, so we're going to take that off, take that off, take that off, take that off, take that off. There's 0FX, futures, currencies, and you could then create a view for currencies only or for meats only, or you could create a multiple filter to say currencies that were futures that were winning trades. In other words, it's really unlimited on your filters what you can do. So play around with Notion, and in the next video I'm going to show you some other things about Notion, because we had over here under the Team CSC journal, you're going to catch on here real quick, but here's seasonal trades that were under here, and guess what? I've started that with a toggle list. Here's a disclaimer, the law I have to put in here. Here's my chart book from TNT that I put in here for people that are in Team CSC, so they can actually copy my seasonal chart book that I put in here. Here's current month's trades, right? And it's the same thing. There's your table. There's your spreadsheet, right? And put in here, open that, and it shows you all the things that I put in here: positions, bullish, probabilities, etc. Right? So let's go back over here to Team CSC, and guess what? USDA reports, the same thing. Here's USDA reports, current month, and current month is just a filter that starts with June the 1st and goes till through the end of the month. And that's my filter. Next month, or at the end of this month, my filter will be July 1st through July 31st, right? And I can go current month, crop production reports. I could look at just WASDE reports, crop progress reports. I could go into calendar view, and I've actually got my filter set up. I just noticed that. Here's my filter. On or after today. Let's change that. Instead of saying on or after today, let's put in a date in here. Exact date. Exact date is on or after June the 1st. And date is, see if we can do this, tomorrow, yesterday, no, here, is on or before, is how we do that. On or before, exact date, put our date in here, there. So your filter is now, date is on or after exact date, June the 1st till June the 30th. And so when you click off that, it'll have all the crop productions and everything else, anything that you put in here that goes from in the month of June. You could even create a calendar view if you wanted to. Another view if you wanted to call it June reports, or whatever you wanted to, right? But that's how you kind of set up your trading journal, right? Not hard. Back to your journal. Click over here to go back to your home page over here. Now I've got mine set up over here, as you can see, that a little bit different. I've got one page here with all of these on it. Now here I put one page and started putting views on it. So let's do this. Let's put a page in here, show how easy this is. Let's call it my journal. Right? Now then, there's my journal. All right? Now, before we had your journal, and I want all that on one page. So let's just drag that, and it goes right into here. Look at there. Now we have this page here called your journal. And if you clicked on this, it's going to say your journal. If you click on that now, it's going to be exactly what we want. We go back to my journal. Let's say that we wanted to add something here. All right? And I want to add another page. I could call it seasonals. I'm I'm going to hit the slash page button here, and it's going to call it seasonals. Then you would set up all the tables just like we did before. And when you go back to my journal, it's going to say your journal seasonals. Now if we wanted to add another one, we just click down here, slash page, and we're going to call it USDA reports. And we're going to say that it's a table. Go back over here, and we're going to add another one down here. Guess what we're going to call it? We're going to call it economic reports. It's going to be a page. Economic reports. Go back here, top left, my journal again, takes us right back to here. Now you've got your journal, you've got seasonal trades in here, and you need to set this up one time, all the fields that you want to, and I showed you how to do that. So that's exactly how you do economic reports, USDA reports, seasonals, and that's exactly what I did over here for Team CSC, right? No different. The only difference are my live webinars, which I put in here. Here's the webinars for June. Click in here, and it actually opens up an embedded video. So everybody that's a member of Team CSC has my whole journal, or the Team CSC journal, including all the videos. And if I clicked on that video, it would start to play. Click on enlarge, and there is the video. Now I'm going to do an escape. There. All right, I'm not going to spend any more time on this. It's pretty simple. Go back to my journal over here, and you can create just as many things as you want to. Like I showed you a while ago, I've got all kinds of stuff in here: bills, calendars, documents, family, in my wallet, links, resources, tasks, projects, vehicles. I could go in here and look at the vehicles. There's the Amarok, the Benz, the motorcycle. There's the Amarok. I go to maintenance. All right, I even set up a little table in here. Oil change coming up on September the 5th, and you can set your reminder. All right, remind on the day of the event. So you set up reminders, and that will send you an email. Go back over here to home. All right, so anyway, I'm not going to spend any more time on this. This is getting kind of repetitive. Back to my journal. All right, now in the next video, I'm going to show you some YouTube channels and stuff if you want some more information about how to use Notion. And I hope you do, because it's great. But whatever you do, start using the trading journal. I don't care what you use. I don't care if it's a spiral notebook. Keep a trading journal. It's going to pay you back thousands of times over.